Have you ever, like, walked past one of those really grand old houses and just felt a bit of a shiver? Not just because it's old, maybe, but thinking about those huge empty spaces inside and what secrets they might be holding.
Definitely. There's an atmosphere to them sometimes.
Right. And what if those secrets aren't just, architectural quirks, but are actually waiting for someone to find them?
Ooh, okay. That's a chilling thought to start with.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into exactly that, mansion mysteries. And these aren't fiction. They're true stories collected from people who've had genuinely unsettling, sometimes downright terrifying experiences inside these big, seemingly normal homes.
And the source material for this is pretty compelling stuff, right? Comes from personal accounts, specifically curated by the YouTube channel Mr. Nightmare.
That's the one. From his video, 3 Scary True Mansion Horror Stories.
So our mission today, essentially, is to unpack these stories. We want to pull out the really intriguing, the unnerving details.
Yep.
But also maybe dig into why they hit us so hard. Why are they so unsettling? We're going to try and understand, the psychology of fear connected to these huge, often isolated places.
What primal stuff are they tapping into?
Exactly. Peeling back the layers of fear itself.
Okay, perfect framing. Let's jump right in then. Our first story takes us to an abandoned mansion near Toronto.
Okay.
The narrator and their friends, Chad and Brad, heard about this place. It was maybe 10 miles north of where they lived.
And the setting itself was a bit odd, wasn't it?
Yeah, it sat on this big, open, grassy plain, but then it was also surrounded by, pine trees and dense foliage, almost like a natural fence hiding it away.
Hidden plain sight, almost.
Kind of. And
Yeah.
the really strange part was the state it was in. Construction was abandoned, but really close to being finished. Outside looked done, the foundation and all that.
Inside.
Inside was described as almost immaculate, which is weird for an abandoned site. It seems such a shame it was just left like that.
That contrast is immediately interesting, isn't it? An abandoned place, but it's immaculate. It messes with your expectations. You expect decay, cobwebs, whatever.
Right.
But pristine. It makes anything weird that happens inside feel even more off. Like a stage perfectly set, but the actors vanished mid-scene. You just wonder what stopped it all.
Definitely sets a mood. So anyway, they find a way in. A mutual friend had discovered an unlocked back window in the kitchen, over the counter.
The classic unlocked window.
Yep. They squeezed through. And inside, it felt new but unfinished. There were some cabinet doors lying around, some sheetrock boards, but generally it confirmed that initial report.
Still quite clean, basically.
Yeah, so while Chad and Brad went off exploring other rooms, our narrator decides to check out the basement. Found the door at the end of this long hallway, just before what looked like a 3-door garage.
The basement. This is usually where things take a turn in these stories, isn't it?
Almost always. And this one, wow, it was huge. Multiple sections, big enough for a basketball court apparently, plus more space.
Yeah.
Totally unfinished, cinder block walls, concrete floor, and crucially, pitch black. No windows down there at all.
Okay, that's instant claustrophobia territory.
And the only way down, a bizarre spiral staircase.
The spiral staircases in the dark. They're just inherently creepy. Disorienting. Adds to that vulnerability, the fear of the unknown lurking just around the bend.
Totally. So the narrator goes down, flashlight on, obviously, finds a back room just full of storage containers. Standard curiosity kicks in,
You gotta see what's inside.
Starts lifting lids. First couple, just building tools, nothing exciting. But then from another container, they hear a little bump.
Oh, like something shifted inside?
Yeah. And notices the lid isn't sitting quite right, not perfectly snug, as they put it. So they lean over, maybe push it down or see why, and the lid starts lifting by itself.
Thank you. Yeah.
Followed by this whispering noise. Can you even imagine? Pure terror. The narrator just stumbles backward, falls over.
I would too.
And sees just the head of a woman lifting the container lid, smiling.
Just the head.
Just to lift her head. And she's laughing. And then she says, peekaboo.
Oh my God. That's profoundly disturbing. Taking a kid's game, something innocent, and twisting it like that.
It's awful.
It hits that uncanny valley thing perfectly. Almost human, but fundamentally wrong. Yeah. And peekaboo implies trust, safety. Here, it's just pure malevolence.
Yeah.
Way more unsettling than just a monster jumping out. It messes with your head.
Absolutely chilling. Oh. So, what happens next? Panic, obviously. The narrator scrambles back to the spiral staircase, runs up.
Get out of there.
But gets to the top, and the basement door is locked.
What? It wasn't locked when they went down.
Exactly. It's locked from the other side.
Yeah.
And they start hearing creaks on the staircase below.
Okay.
That laughter getting closer and these incomprehensible things being mumbled, just awful sounds.
Climbing the stairs toward them.
Yeah. The narrator screaming, pounding on the door. Thankfully, Chad hears them, comes running, and manages to unlock it from the hallway side.
Thank goodness for Chad.
Seriously. As the door opens, the narrator glances back, just for like half a second.
Brave. Or maybe just reflex.
Maybe reflex.
Right.
And sees this ghostly, skinny figure of this pale woman almost at the top step. They don't wait, slam the door shut, lock it immediately, and just bolt. Straight for the front door, leave that open, jump in the car, and drive to the edge of the property. Just get away.
I don't blame him one bit, just pure adrenaline at that point.
And then they sit there for an hour, calming down, processing, and the narrator starts feeling this responsibility.
Responsibility? For what? The ghost woman?
No, for locking the door. They start thinking, what if that thing is trapped down there, but what if it wasn't? What if somehow someone else wandered in? They didn't want to be responsible for someone dying down there.
Wow, okay. That's a heavy thought after what just happened. But maybe speaks to their character.
Maybe. So reluctantly, they agree to go back inside, just to unlock that basement door.
Though I would not have done that.
Me neither. They go back in, heart pounding, I imagine, get to the basement door, the one they swore they slammed and locked. It was wide open.
Oh, come on.
Wide open, just standing ajar.
Okay, that negates everything. Any rational thought goes out the window there. Was it the entity? Did they just imagine locking it in their panic? That uncertainty is terrifying in itself. Undermines your whole reality.
Totally. They didn't stick around to analyze it. Bolted again, straight back to the car, drove home, and, quote, never returned to that mansion again.
I should think not. Wow, what a story. That abandoned space really became a stage for something.
Yeah.
Yeah, inexplicable.
It really did. Now, shifting gears slightly, what if the unsettling presence isn't some unknown thing in an abandoned place, but maybe something tied to a specific personal tragedy, lingering in a house that looks normal from the outside?
Okay, like a haunting with a history.
Exactly. Our second story, The Boy Across the Street, delves into that. This narrator was young, living in what sounds like a nice upper-middle-class neighborhood.
Pretty standard suburban setting.
Mostly. Except directly across the street was this abnormally large house, much bigger than the others, closer to a mansion, really. And the narrator's bedroom window looked right across at its windows.
Ah, the direct line of sight. Always potent in these kinds of stories. That large house, though, even in a nice area, sets itself apart, creates a little pocket of something different, the domestic uncanny, maybe. Familiar setting, but one element is just slightly off.
Yeah, that fits. So the first sighting happens innocently enough. Narrator's playing soccer in the street with friends, Brian and Zeke. Low traffic street, pretty safe.
Normal kid stuff.
Ball rolls onto the mansion's lawn. Narrator runs to get it, glances up at the house, and sees a young boy about their age looking out from a top window.
Okay, a kid in the big house seems normal.
For a second, narrator gets the ball, looks back up. The boy's gone.
Fleeting. Could be anything at that point.
Right. Fast forward about a month. Narrator's in their bedroom playing Nintendo, glances out the window again, and the boy is there at the same window.
Okay, second time.
And this time, the narrator feels the boy is surely looking right back at him, which, quote, kind of creeped me out.
Yeah, that direct gaze, especially when it feels unexpected, can be unnerving.
And then comes the realization, the narrator starts thinking, they've never actually seen that boy playing outside, ever.
Yeah.
Or seen the owners of the house, for that matter. It's always just the boy in the window.
Ah, the pattern emerges. Or rather, the lack of a normal pattern. Kids play outside. People come and go from their houses, if that's not happening.
Exactly. So the narrator asks their parents about the boy in the big house across the street. And the parents are like, we're pretty sure there was no boy in that house.
Okay, now it's getting genuinely weird. The parents, who presumably know the neighbors, at least casually, are denying the boy's existence. That isolates the narrator's experience, makes it feel less real, maybe, but also more significant if it is real.
Definitely. This leads to a pretty bold move, especially for a kid. They're playing soccer again sometime later, see the house, and get an idea. Just go ask him to play.
Just walk up and ring the bell. Wow, okay, gutsy.
Right. Runs across the street, rings the doorbell of the mansion. A woman answers, about 50-something years old. She looks understandably puzzled when this kid asks if her son wanted to play soccer.
Yeah, I bet. My son.
So the narrator clarifies, describes the boy who was always at the upstairs window.
And her reaction?
According to the narrator, her expression shifts immediately to a look of shock and fear.
Oh boy, here it comes.
She doesn't say much at first, just takes the narrator upstairs, leads them into a room that is clearly, undeniably a boy's bedroom. Toys, decorations, the whole thing.
Still kept as a boy's room.
Yeah. Then she shows the narrator a picture and asks if that's the boy they saw.
And was it?
It was. And then the woman delivers the heartbreaking truth. That was her son, Charlie. He was 8 years old when he died. 10 years ago.
Oh, wow. 10 years. So he'd be, 18 if he were alive.
Mm-hmm.
But the narrator saw a boy their age.
Exactly. The woman confirms she's lived there alone ever since she lost both Charlie and her husband. And she says she believes the narrator. Because there was absolutely no way this kid or their parents could possibly have known about Charlie, let alone what he looked like.
That detail,
Yeah.
her belief, based on the impossibility of him knowing, that lends so much weight to it. It moves it beyond just a spooky sighting into something deeply sad, but also, terrifyingly real in a way. A genuine encounter with something left behind.
An imprint, like you said earlier.
Yeah. Maybe intense grief, intense emotion can somehow linger in a place.
It's a powerful thought. And the story doesn't quite end there. Months later, one last time, the narrator looks out the window.
And Charlie's there.
Charlie's there, at the upstairs window, looking back at him.
Jeez.
This time, the narrator just forcefully shuts the blind, tries to just forget it, but says even now, thinking about it, still sends shivers up my spine.
I can absolutely understand why. That's not just a ghost story. That's deeply personal, deeply unsettling. It defies any easy explanation.
Definitely sticks with you. Okay, so from abandonment and spectral echoes, let's turn to our final story. This one highlights a completely different kind of fear, maybe even more grounded, more immediate.
Okay.
The violation of a supposedly safe, secure, wealthy home, the house-sitting job. This shows how sometimes the threat isn't ghostly at all, but terrifyingly human.
Right. The illusion of safety shattered by a real-world intrusion.
Precisely. The narrator here is Mike. He's 21, gets hired to house sit for a week. It's for a friend's family, and they are, quote, absolutely loaded.
The wealth factor again.
Yep. The house is referred to as mansion said, I guess short for mansion residence. Anyway, it's on the rich side of town in front of a huge lake. Sounds idyllic.
Setting up that expectation of ultimate security, privilege, a fortress almost.
Totally. Rules are simple. No big parties, maximum 2 guests at a time. Mike decides to stay there, sleep in a guest room rather than commute. Chores are basic. Feed 2 cats, 2 parrots, water some plants. Easy money, right?
Seems like a sweet gig. Relax by the lake, look after some pets.
That's what Mike thought. So one day, finishes his morning chores, decides to enjoy the perks. He's chilling in the backyard pool, which overlooks this gorgeous, tranquil lake, living the life.
Nice.
But then he glances back towards the house. Through these huge floor-to-ceiling windows that look into the living room, he sees somebody walking inside.
Inside the house?
Uh-huh.
While he's outside? Not good.
Not good at all. He immediately jumps out of the pool, probably dripping wet, storms inside demanding to know who's there. Finds a woman in the kitchen, described as a fairly large Hispanic woman, maybe 35 to 40.
Okay, and her explanation.
She introduces herself as Eliza, claims she's the daily maid, says she comes every day to clean the floors, and crucially, that she has her own copy of the key.
The key detail.
Mike feels this instant wave of relief. Okay, maid, makes sense in a house this big. Phew! Crisis averted.
That relief is interesting, though, is his brain immediately latching on to the most plausible, least threatening explanation, right? Cognitive bias trying to reduce anxiety.
Makes sense.
But for us, listening now, that's a huge red flag. Why would the homeowners, Ben and his family, not mention a daily maid who has her own key to the person they hired specifically to be there because they were gone?
Exactly. And that's precisely what hits later. That night, Mike has 2 friends over, sticking to the 2-guest rule. He tells them about the maid, Eliza.
And the friends are like,
They immediately think it's insanely suspicious. They ask the obvious question. Why wouldn't Ben have told you about the cleaning lady?
good friends, asking the right questions.
Definitely. So Mike thinks, yeah, that is weird. He decides to text Ben, the dad, asks about the cleaning lady. Ben texts back later, just, what cleaning lady?
Oof, there it is.
Mike clarifies, Eliza, the Hispanic woman. That prompts Ben to call him immediately, sounding really concerned, confirms flat out, there's no cleaning lady. That was the whole reason we hired you, Mike.
Oh, the bottom drops out right there. That moment of realization.
Total terror. Mike realizes he may not have been in that house alone at that very moment. Chilling.
That specific phrasing captures it perfectly. The violation isn't just that someone was there, but that they might still be there. The immediate present danger in what should be a safe space, the illusion is shattered.
Ben tells him, "Lock yourself in a bedroom right now, I'm calling the police."
Smart move.
Police arrive. Mike stays on FaceTime with Ben while they search. They go through the whole house, top to bottom.
Find anyone.
No, didn't see anyone. Ben figures Eliza must have snuck in while Mike was in the pool, maybe through an unlocked door and then snuck out again. He's adamant they never made any spare keys.
Plausible, maybe. If she saw him go outside.
Seems like the only explanation at that point. Police leave after Mike triple checks all doors and windows are locked. He heads up to the guest bedroom, locks that door too, and very tellingly decides to leave the air conditioner off so I could hear any potential noises.
Smart. Hyper-vigilant now, listening for anything out of the ordinary.
Tries to sleep, probably impossible, and then he hears it, a tiny squeak on the wood floor.
Where from?
From under the bed.
Oh God, no. No. That's the absolute nightmare scenario.
He forces himself to look, peeks under the bed, and finds 2 people hiding underneath.
2 people?
Eliza, and with her, some man, probably 10 years older than her. And the man has his hand clamped over Eliza's mouth.
Jesus. Okay, this is way beyond just a sneak thief.
Yeah.
This is planned, coordinated. They hand over the mouth. That implies forced silence, coercion, something much darker.
Yeah.
Hiding under the bed you're about to sleep in. It weaponizes your safest space.
It's horrific. They make eye contact, Mike and the intruders under the bed.
That frozen moment of terror.
Mike just screams, scrambles for the locked bedroom door, fumbling with the lock, hears them crawling out from the bed behind him, gets the door open, slams it shut, doesn't lock it, just runs.
Doesn't even grab shoes?
No shoes. Just runs straight out of the house, gets in his car, and floors it down the street. Pure flight response.
Understandable, absolutely.
Stops down the road, calls the police again, calls Ben again. Police come back, search again.
And this time?
Nothing. No one found.
Again.
Vanished. Nobody knows. Mike obviously wasn't staying the night after that. Ben told him, just go home. We'll handle it. And the family? They booked a flight back home the next day, cutting their vacation short.
Wow. That tells you everything about how serious, how terrifying this was for them, too. They didn't just brush it off.
Not at all. And the intruders, never identified. The police speculated maybe they just walked in the front door when Mike was swimming, assuming it was unlocked.
But how did they know the family would be gone?
That's the chilling part. Somehow knew the family would be gone, makes it feel less random, more targeted. The case just went cold, unsolved.
That lack of resolution is almost as scary as the event itself. No answers, no capture, just the knowledge that these people were there, planned it, and got away clean. It leaves this lingering sense of vulnerability, that the world isn't as safe or predictable as we think, especially not within those big, seemingly secure walls.
Absolutely. So, yeah, 3 very different stories, but all centered on these grand, imposing mansions. We had the abandoned Toronto house with its truly disturbing peekaboo moment. The spectral encounter.
Then the suburban home, seemingly normal, but holding that sad, lingering presence of Charlie, the boy across the street.
The haunting born from grief.
And finally, the house-sitting job, where the threat wasn't supernatural, but terrifyingly real, a home invasion that shattered that sense of security.
The human element, which can be just as frightening, if not more so.
So, thinking about all 3, what really stands out to you listening right now? Is it maybe that idea of vulnerability, even in a place that looks like a fortress?
Or maybe the thought that places themselves can hold on to memories, onto echoes of the past.
Or just that raw fear of the inexplicable, the unknown, showing up where you least expect it, where you're supposed to feel safest?
For me, I think it's how all 3 stories, whether they involve ghosts or intruders, fundamentally break our expected sense of order. The abandoned mansion should be empty and decaying, not pristine with occupants.
The suburban street should be normal, not haunted by a decade-old tragedy. The rich family's house should be secure, not easily infiltrated. It's that violation of expectation within the dwelling space that's so deeply unsettling.
Walls that are meant to protect us suddenly feel permeable, whether it's to ghosts or, people hiding under the bed.
Exactly, that loss of sanctuary.
That really synthesizes it well. Which kind of leads to a final thought for everyone listening. How much does the sheer scale, the history, the The grandness of these houses play into amplifying our fears. They're symbols of status, maybe security on the surface, but perhaps their size, their echoing halls, their many hidden corners, actually make them perfect stages for the unsettling, more places for things or people to hide.
Turning that symbol of security into its opposite.
Yeah. What hidden stories, what lingering energies or unsolved mysteries might be tucked away inside the walls of places we walk past every day, places we think we know, just waiting.